Welcome to Work Beyond the Fourth Wall. In this episode, we're painting up the Runepriest Njal Stormcaller. We're going to start by base coating his armor with the Fang. Now we're going to dry brush his armor using Rust Gray. Using Fenrisian Gray, we're going to give the armor one more dry brush. Using Ketchikan Flesh, we're going to base coat all the furs, pelts, and leather on the model. Using Steel Legion Drab, we're going to dry brush the furs, pelts, and leather on the model. Next, we're going to use Xandri Dust to dry brush the furs, pelts, and leather parts of the model. Using Flayed One Flesh, we're going to paint his face and the skull. Now we're going to use Wild Rider Red for his beard. Now we're going to use Black Legion to paint his crow, the cabling, and his armor joints. Using Gilliman Flesh, we're going to shade his face. Using Hashut Copper, we're going to paint all the runes on his armor and the wolf heads on his power plant. Using Lugganath Orange, we're going to highlight his beard. With Mechanicus Standard Gray, we're going to dry brush the crow. As a final dry brush on the crow, we're going to use Dawnstone. To paint the crow's beak and talons, we're going to use Averland Sunset. Using Iron Hand Steel, we're going to paint the cybernetics on the crow. Using Frostheart, we're going to paint a portion of his psychic hood. Using White Scar, we're going to paint the runes on his staff. To paint the underside of his cloak and his furs, we're going to use Word Bearer's Red. Using Pilar Glacier, we're going to give the runes on his staff a glow effect. To clean up the staff, we're going to use Abaddon Black. To base the model, we're going to use Gale Force 9's Fine Basing Grit. To paint the base, we're going to use Doom Bull Brown. Using Cadian Flesh Tone, we're going to dry brush the base. As a final dry brush to the base, we're going to use Morghast Bone. Now we're going to add some of Army Painter's Frozen Tufts to the base. Finally, we're going to add some of Army Painter's Battlefield Snow to the base. And with that, Njal the Stormcaller is ready to go out and help shape the fate of his chapter.